Hello and welcome to SCAN's Community Connection. I'm Tom Hayes, your host. I'm Director of Customer and Community Relations for New Jersey Natural Gas, and we have a fantastic guest with us to start off the program today, and that's Miss Kathy O'Connell, and you are the Manager of Customer Advocacy and Volunteerism at New Jersey Natural Gas.
Yes, Tom. Thank you.
And let's be truthful here. We work together, so you know it's great seeing you, and it's a different opportunity to actually be interviewing you for this wonderful program here at SCAN. But I know you have a lot of great information about volunteerism, so let's move right into it. So,
okay, thank you.
So what is your actual role at New Jersey Natural Gas?
My role is really managing the volunteer requests that we receive and coordinating our employees with getting to the events and helping the communities.
Right, and you do that very well.
Thank you.
I have to say that. So the volunteer program that you have at New Jersey Natural Gas is under the title of Vision.
Yes.
Can you explain what that is, what Vision stands for?
Yes, Vision is Volunteers Inspiring Service in Our Neighborhoods. Great.
Which is so accurate, right? I mean,
yes.
That's what we do. We're out there all the time doing the volunteerism programs and helping anybody that we can, right, when they call us. So why is New Jersey Natural Gas involved in volunteer activities from your standpoint?
Tom, we really have a commitment to help those in our communities. We know our employees work there, raise their families there, so we really want to give back and make communities safer and a better place.
Which is great, because as you know, we often support a lot of the nonprofits through our charity and giving and in-kind services. All you know, they may rent our space or use our space for meetings or use some of our other services, mailings and things like that. But when it comes to volunteerism, that's really a whole nother ball of wax, right? It
Correct. Really
provides a lot of opportunities for them to get things done that they wouldn't be able to do otherwise.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So. Why the corporate commitment, do you think?
I think it starts from our chairman. It's really a philosophy to give back. We're very fortunate, and we know there's a lot that we can do for many, many people.
Mm-hmm. And what types of events do we support?
It's a myriad of things, from planting flowers to cleaning beaches to cleaning roads to even staffing water stops for local nonprofit running clubs.
Right, which is great. And you know, it's always interesting because there's some people like certain things, so there's something for everybody, right?
Correct.
You're always working so hard to make sure we have something that appeals to all of our employees, right? Like,
yes, I think what makes it a success is matching talents to the requests, so the activity is fun. Our employees can work with their family members.
Right.
Their children can get hours for community service,
right,
for Honor Society or for other events. So it's the idea of making it a good match.
Right, which is great. So as you mentioned children, so obviously children are invited to participate, right?
We welcome them. We welcome families volunteering. A lot of our activities are after hours on weekends, so it's good that the families can stay together during their time off.
Right. And when you talk about the volunteers in particular, as you mentioned, it's employees and their families, but we also extend this to
our retirees.
That's right.
Yes.
So our more mature adults, right?
Yes,
yes. Which is wonderful, right?
It's a great way for our retirees of New Jersey Natural Gas to get together with employees, keep friendships alive, socialize, and also give their talents to the communities where they need help.
Right, and they love being like kind of updated on what's going on with the company at any point and all that too.
They're very active, yes.
Which is nice. So, and they are a big part of our volunteer base. We love our retirees for many reasons. So, how do you select the volunteer activities?
A lot of the nonprofits contact us. They hear that we have, from word of mouth, that we have employees that will come out, do activities for them, painting, planting, yard work. So a lot of it's by word of mouth. We also have a website where we publish a lot of our pictures people can see. So nonprofits, I think, share the success of our employees.
Right, which is great. And if a nonprofit wanted to reach out and get involved or have our volunteers help them out, how would they do that?
The best way is to send me an email. I could respond, or they can phone me directly, or they can call the gas company and ask for me, and I would be very happy to talk to them about it.
Great. So if they wanted to actually email you, what would be the email?
My email address is KMOCO NNELL, which is KM O'Connell, at NJNG.com.
Great. And your phone number?
732-938-1074.
Great. Very good. And that's great. And we really encourage folks to reach out because we're there to try to help them.
Exactly.
And I always say to folks, as you do, like, we may not be able to do everything that's asked of us, but we try to do our best to accommodate as many nonprofits as we can.
Especially if it can help with their budgets, that we can take care of some wish list items that they may not be able to do, such as painting or yard work or gardening. Anything that we can give some physical labor to, we would be very happy to help.
Right. And on the other end of that, so we have our community members that might be asking us to do a volunteer project, but we also have some opportunities where we can invite the public to join us.
We do.
Right?
We do.
So give us some examples of those projects.
The one that comes to mind are the annual beach cleanups. Beach cleanups are in every town. And that would be a perfect opportunity for the community, their children, to meet at the beach and get out there and clean them up before the summer begins.
Right. And it's great because we know the environment is so important to all of us.
Yes.
And it's great to do some projects that really focus on the environment because, let's face it, we're all in this together and we want this earth to last as long as it can, right?
And we're very proud of our Jersey Shore.
Yes, we sure are. So that's good. So again, folks could reach out to you if they were interested in joining us with some volunteer opportunities.
Yes.
That's the same phone number and email that we gave earlier.
Correct.
So how often, do you volunteer?
We average about, I'm proud to say, about 50 events a year, which is quite a lot when you think we mostly do these on weekends.
Right.
So we volunteer about 5,000 hours of personal time at these events. So
that's pretty amazing.
We are pretty active.
Yeah, I know I saw something recently where we got an email from somebody within the company saying that we probably volunteer more in New Jersey with what we do than like Walmart does nationally or something, right?
That is incredible, yes.
Which is pretty impressive. And again, our employees just really enjoy it.
They
right?
do, they really do.
Which is nice. And just so folks know, how long have you been doing this volunteer work for the gas company?
I have been managing the program about 20 years right now,
yeah, 20
so
years, right.
Quite a few hours, yes.
Yes, right. And for your volunteers, they're basically employees, they're families, and then as we mentioned, some retirees and some friends of the employees, right?
Yes.
So I know when we do the Strides Walk for the American Cancer Society, you have a great turnout of folks. And
we do.
And it's a myriad of all those folks. In fact, one of our employees, I believe, brings her son's basketball team to that.
That
is
is
that correct, right?
Yes.
So we have all these very tall high school basketball players, right?
It's a great way for the kids to see what volunteering is all about.
Right.
And if we can give them an opportunity, they jump right in.
Right, which is excellent. And I know that you also in your role at the gas company also do the customer advocacy.
Yes, yes.
So I know in that role, just so folks have an understanding, since you're here with us, you handle complaints that might be escalated, that sort of thing, right?
Correct. We have a terrific customer service center that handles calls all the time, every day. And in case there are some certain situations that need to escalate, which are very few, Tom, I'm proud to say, yes, they're brought to my attention.
That's great. So you're really good with the public. So that's why I think this whole volunteer program works so well with us, with you running that whole show.
Granted.
And I have to say to our viewers that it's a lot of work putting all these programs together, and it's a lot of work making sure and getting the volunteers to all these events and making sure everything happens, and making sure there's coffee and donuts and whatever it might be, because we all know that it makes it a little more fun when there's some snacks around and all that,
yes,
right?
It does.
So
it does.
It's a lot of planning and a lot of work to get all these things to happen.
Yes.
And I also know internally for our employees, you do a great job at sharing those photos, right? So after an event, what do you do after an event?
That is such a remarkable, you put together a slideshow of the event. It's a great way to promote the volunteer program itself. When people see how much fun families are having together,
right,
it spreads the word.
Right. And
yes, it does.
And it encourages more people to say, "Oh, I should have been there. Oh, that looks like fun. I want to be there." Right.
Exactly. My son or daughter needs ours. This is
Right.
a perfect way we can do it as a family.
Right, and it's also good for those that were there to say, "Oh, look at that's a great photo. Like,
Yes.
I can't wait to go to the next one and get another family photo or something." Right? Because
Correct.
it's nice, and I know the employees really like the team photos where it shows the whole group together and everybody working hard to whatever they're doing. As you said, there might be planting flowers, they might be at a walk, they might be handing out water for like the runs, all the 5Ks that go on and all that.
Yes.
So there's a lot of exposure and a lot of different things that folks can do.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
And I know you always say like the painting projects are probably the more complicated.
We will do it. We will go out and paint. That's a very popular request.
Right.
We will look at it and we will definitely check it out.
Right, which
Yes.
is good. And I know you've even done stuff here at SCAN, right?
We have. We've painted some of the community rooms at SCAN, yes.
Right. So there's been years of being involved with SCAN from that perspective as well, helping out with volunteers. Now, from your perspective with the employees and folks in general, is there like, do you have an idea of like what the magic time frame is for like a volunteer project? Like
I do. I know where you're going on that because Saturdays, weekends, the earlier, it's good to have an event scheduled early so then the families can do the volunteer work and then continue with their day. So
Right.
if there was a great time to promote or to schedule an event, I would say it's a Saturday in the morning.
Right, and like an 8 to 12 kind
That's
of thing
perfect.
or something, right? Is
Yes.
that, yeah, right. Because I know just watching your work all these years, you just are very fine-tuned about that, and you've narrowed that, honed that in very well so that
Yes.
employees, like you said, so noon they can be finished up, they go
Correct.
to lunch, go home, do their own yard work or
Correct.
whatever else they need to do. And then I think there's some folks that actually like to do some things right after work,
We
right?
do.
So you
We schedule
some,
that.
Right. And that's always tricky depending on the time of year, the weather, that sort of thing, right? And
Exactly. If the nonprofit, if it's more convenient for the nonprofit that we're helping after work, we will schedule it after work and just do what we can to make it match.
Right, which is good. Now I had a flyer here from the United Way because they had wanted to mention some of their work, and you've worked with the United Way of
I
Monmouth and
have,
Ocean County
yes.
with volunteerism as well, right? And they have the volunteer center,
Yes.
right? And in this case, the flyer's about the volunteer center portal, which folks can like sign up for projects. Either they can list some of their events that are opportunities on their website,
Yes.
as well as folks can go there to also look for volunteer opportunities.
Correct.
Right?
That's correct.
So I'm just going to give their website because I know they're partners with us with some projects and all that. And their website is www.uwmoc.org/volunteer, so they can register for events
Good.
or sign up their organizations to get some volunteer opportunities as well. So they're a good partner, right? We've worked with them
We
on
have.
some things, and I know in addition to all the volunteer stuff you do for the company, you also do all our drives.
Yes.
Right, and we work with them with the warmest wishes drives, with the coats and the hats, and
Yes. Food drives.
And again, I wish our viewers could see you in action, but you've done an amazing
Thank you.
job
Thank you, Tom.
at honing in that craft as well, making sure that different departments are challenged to do coats or hats or gloves, whatever it might be, and that's really, you've done remarkable work with those
There's
drives.
such a need out there. There really is a need. So it's something that I believe we all can make a little step to making it a little bit better.
Right.
I do.
So your phone number again?
732-938-1074.
Okay, and your email?
KM O'Connell, OCONNELL @NJNG.com.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Kathy.
Thank
I
you,
appreciate
Tom.
your time.
Thank you
I
for
appreciate-
having me.
Absolutely, it's wonderful, and I'll tell everybody she's a pleasure to work with on a daily basis as well. So, thank you again.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back for our next part of the program. So, stay tuned for this commercial break, and we'll see you in a few.
So, if you're over 65, like me,
and active and fairly healthy,
Being active and healthy alone will not protect you.
Remember, the immune system weakens with age.
And if you're over 65, ask your doctor about your vaccination options.
we want you to be healthy and active.
All right, well, welcome back to Scans Community Connection. Again, I'm your host, Tom Hayes, and for the second part of the program, we have another wonderful, exciting guest, and that is our very own Greg Seitz, who is a manager of customer services at New Jersey Natural Gas. So, Greg, I've known you for many, many years as well. How many years have you been with the gas company?
32.
This is great, and you started when you were 3 years old, I believe, right?
I think it was 4.
4, okay, very good. So we're going to be talking about energy assistance programs and that sort of thing, right? So what kind of assistance is available for those who may, have trouble paying their energy bills?
Well, I think the most important thing to start off with is how fortunate our people in New Jersey are with the different programs that are available to them. Mm-hmm. There's a multitude of different programs that are available to any customer that is having difficulty paying their gas or any utility bill.
Right.
All right.
So can you name some of those programs?
Absolutely.
It's that test, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest one really is the LIHEAP program. It's a low-income home energy assistance program, and that's federal dollars that's administered by the state. But it's for limited income customers that are at a certain income level, depending on how many people are in the household and stuff like that. But that's the biggest one that is done throughout the state, not just in New Jersey Natural Gas, but throughout the state and throughout the country. And it's based, again, on income and the number of people in the house. But there's one application that gets filled out with that, and that application is used for the Universal Service Fund, which is another program in the state. It's a percentage of income type of program that allows customers who are spending a lot more of their income on utilities to reduce that. So that actually gives you a monthly grant every month against your utility bill for a course of 1 year. Every application has to be filled out every year. It gets reviewed every year, and it gets, depending on how your income is and everything else, how much you can get. But as far as the USF program, it also has a different component to it. It's called a Fresh Start program. So customers coming into the LIHEAP or USF program for the first time can get a arrearage forgiveness. It's called the Fresh Start program. And what it does is basically takes all their balance, anything over $60, and puts it into abeyance until the time, and every month that they pay current, they'll get a 1/12 of that forgiven. At the end of the course of the year, if they've been current for a year, the balance is all forgiven and the customer can start fresh.
All
right.
Hence the Start Fresh program.
Yes.
Fresh Start program.
Yes.
But that is pretty amazing, and I don't think most people really understand just how generous that program is, right?
It's very generous, very generous.
And what are some of the ranges you've seen that customers have had that paid off through that?
Yeah, I've seen ranges for people owing $200 or $300 to literally someone owing $6,000.
Wow, and that was all forgiven.
And it was all forgiven because
they
they
fresh start and kept up and paid their bills on time from that point forward.
Right.
With help in a sense, right? Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. What it's going to do is they're going to get a certain amount of money against their utility bill every month. Now they have the hopefully an affordable utility bill.
Right.
And if they maintain that through the course of the year, they don't have to worry about all that past due.
That's great.
And then the other program for limited income customers is our Gift of Warmth program, New Jersey Natural Gas's Gift of Warmth program, which is a great, great program. I am prejudiced, yes, but it is because it's for New Jersey Natural Gas customers. It's funded by New Jersey Natural Gas customers and New Jersey Natural Gas, and it allows customers, limited income and non-limited income customers, to get a one-time grant that will help them get back on the road. A lot of times people just need so much, a little bit of money to get things back on, get caught up on their bills, and this can help it.
Right.
And it's a very flexible program, and I can't appreciate it enough because I do deal with a lot of the other utilities in the state, and they're kind of jealous of our program.
Yeah, and that's interesting. We're still the only utility that has our own, right? That have added to that, right?
Actually, Atlantic State Electric had has a program that's ending this year that they had. It was only a 3-year program when they were acquired, so they had to put some funding in for that, and that was this year is the last year for that. It's a 3-year program.
I'm surprised they don't continue that, but it's great. Still, it's a wonderful program, and again, that helps folks that might even just, like you said, hit a blip, like maybe a medical condition or something.
Right.
Some high medical bills, and all of a sudden their other bills are suffering, but the gift of warmth can step in, even though they may make a certain amount of money. They still that throws them off, and we can step in and help them. Right. So that's pretty good.
And then there's also the Lifeline program, and it's for seniors and disabled people.
Right.
And all of your viewers should be looking at that,
right,
to make sure that
absolutely,
because it's something that it's there for them, and that's one of our difficulties in energy assistance is getting people to step up and really take the advantage of what is really there for them.
Right.
You hate to see people coming in and they've actually reached the end of their rope versus they can get this done earlier. They can get some help. The Lifeline program isn't a big dollar amount. It's $225 a year split between the gas and electric company, but it's a little bump. It gives you a little, so maybe you can pay for a little bit more of the doctor visit, or maybe they can pay for the medication that they need without trying to squeeze their budget to the limits.
Right.
If they are applied for the Lifeline, they actually get reviewed for USF too. And the LIHEAP program. So
they could end up getting those dollars as well, which are much bigger dollars, right?
Yes.
And again, like as you're alluding to, right, as you're mentioning, like a lot of folks you put into these systems all your life. It's not like you're all of a sudden dependent on the government for existence. It's just, but it is a little help, and you've probably put in 10 times that amount into some program that you take a little bit back. So people shouldn't be embarrassed or ashamed to take advantage of the program. In fact, you should be ashamed if you didn't take advantage of the program.
I agree with you, Tom, completely.
That's what it's there for.
Absolutely.
It's really there to help. And you do such a great job in trying to make sure that our customers are taking advantage of all these programs and get to know about these programs. But it still takes that individual. It's like we always say, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. It's like the customer has to take that step to get themselves into a better financial situation. And again, they're entitled to it. It's a good thing. Like they should feel comfortable taking advantage of using the Lifeline.
And it's all private too. It's not like the guy next door is going to know you did it.
Right.
And it's for you. And you can't. You said it very well. I mean, they've been putting into that for years.
Right.
And we've had cases where we have customers that get the Gift of More program, and 2 years later they're sending in twice as much money as they got over, whether they do it, over a 5-year period or whatever else, they're giving back. And they said that program helped me get back on my feet.
Right, which is another part of it. It could be a temporary thing, and it doesn't mean you can't give back later on or do something more. But at that moment, you need the help.
Right.
Use it. Like that's what we're all doing this for. Like we're not doing it just to have a pot of money sit there.
Right.
We're doing it to really help people. So that's great. And again, I commend you on that because I've seen you in action, and you really work hard to make these programs work. And that's no joke. It's the real stuff. You're the real McCoy. So what is the first step that a customer should take in trying to apply for these?
Well, one of the things we stress to customers is call us. All right, us, because if you're behind on your gas bill, we want to be able to help you.
Right.
We tell from the new employees to the old employees, one thing New Jersey Natural Gas does is we like our customers.
Right.
We want to help them. We want to give them the opportunity to do whatever they can to get them out of the situation they're at. So we always advise them to call us. The worst case scenario is you end up getting turned off, and then you call us.
Yeah.
And now it's an uphill battle for us to get you to where you need to be to get the assistance or get your gas back on.
Right.
Especially it doesn't make a difference if it's wintertime or summertime. It's an inconvenience for those customers to not have gas.
Right.
And it's more difficult to get the gas back on than it is if we can do it up front. So if they call us, we can make arrangements, we can give them the information, we can tell them where to go to get the assistance, and we can get them on the right track sooner. That's really what it boils down to, getting them on the right track sooner. Right.
And, from our standpoint, which the customer may not even think about, it's like, it's more expensive for us to have to send somebody out to shut them off and then send that person back again to turn them. Like, whereas if we could handle it ahead of time, it's saving even the company dollars that could go back into these funds and elsewhere, keep bills down, all that sort of thing. So it's just, you just have to be responsible and sensible about that, and know that our goal is to keep keep your service on
Right.
and help you get what you need. So so it really isn't anything to be embarrassed about. You
Nope.
call and ask for the help. And again, our team is wonderful at helping folks. So so that's great. Are there things that utility companies do to address these problems, or are there other things that the utilities do to address these problems that folks have?
Oh, yeah, well, well, first of all, we try to advertise these different programs as much as possible.
Right.
So on our website, we're always advertising them. We're have bill inserts that a lot of people don't read, but they have the different things on there.
Right.
So and all the customer service reps are very well trained and know the programs, and they'll get you into the right spot.
Right.
So we actually do energy assistance days in the September month, the month of September, I should say, and we actually go around to different community places. Right here at SCAN, we do one every once a year, and we have customers come in to fill out those applications for all sorts of programs.
You help them
not
step
just
1 to step
Yes.
Z, get it all done.
We make copies for them. We get the applications filled out for them, and usually at those energy assistance days we have different agencies here too. Food stamps is here,
Right.
some insurance companies are here, some different things that customers may need.
Right.
And
it's
we
like
try to
one-stop shopping, right?
We try to do that, yes.
Which is great. Now you mentioned the website and phone number, so let's tell our viewers what those are. So first, what phone number would they call to get this information from the gas company?
1-800-221-0051 is our toll-free number, and the website is www.njng.com, New Jersey Natural Gas. I know I probably said it very quickly, but New Jersey Natural Gas.com.
It amazes me that we're so fortunate to have such a simple website, right? I love whenever I have to tell anybody, because they're like, "That's it?" Yeah,
it.
NJNG.com, right? So that's good. That's very good. Are there energy assistance programs for like more moderate income families?
Yes, and that goes back to my original statement, how fortunate we are in the state of New Jersey. So the income guidelines for the limited income customers is low. I mean, they really, really need it. But if you had a 2-family income and all of a sudden one person doesn't have an income, you're still making okay money. You may not qualify for that, but we have a moderate income programs in the state. We actually have 2/3 of them, okay? We have the PAGE program, that's payments for assistance for gas and electric, and then the New Jersey Shares program. And the PAGE program and New Jersey Shares are very similar. They require the customer make payments on their account, but they can get up to $700 to $750 in a grant that would reduce their balance. Of course, if you don't owe that much money, you don't get that much money.
Right.
The idea is to catch you up.
Right.
And then the other one is our gift of warmth program too. We don't just use that for limited income customers. We use that for moderate income customers that have some sort of event that happens that puts them behind.
Good. Now we have a little bit of time left, so just tell us. There's also other programs, right, for like energy conservation.
Yes.
So you can run through those quickly?
Yes. So anybody who's eligible for LIHEAP or USF is also eligible for the Comfort Partners program. The Comfort Partners program is a free weatherization program. It's run by the state, but the utilities manage it, and it actually helps seal up and make your house more comfortable, more energy efficient, reducing your energy bills, and allowing them to, both heating and cooling. All right,
Great.
and there's a lot of different things that they do in there, not just the sealing up.
Which is wonderful, really, really amazing. Is there anything else you wanted to let our?
Yeah, actually, my thing is I'd like to challenge all your viewers.
Okay.
If they aren't a person that needs one of these assistance programs, they probably know somebody or 2 people. If everybody talks to their neighbors or someone about these programs and spreads the word to get them the help that they need.
That's great. All right, and again, our website, njng.com. Folks can go right there and get all that information.
Yes.
So that's great. Great. So thank you, Greg, for your time. Appreciate it. You do a wonderful job out there.
Thank
really
you.
proud of you. And keep up that great work.
All right, thank you, sir.
And our viewers, take advantage of these programs. All right, so thank you very much for being with us at SCAN's Community Connections. Until next time, good luck and take care.